So Daniel, like we both share this kind of passion for potential, I think.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it earlier that wasted potential is a shame, right? And
Yeah.
I was talking about it more from the Japanese perspective, but I think your specialty is more on the other side, right? So the non-Japanese people in Japan, and I think yeah, I just want to delve into that a little bit, like how you feel about the potential of people moving into Japan and how that could get lost.
Yeah. I Wasted potential is, I think, just a dead ringer for it. It's there's so many people that come here and they have all of these grandiose ideas. They kind of get sold this pipe dream, and when they realize that that's not really possible in the way that they thought it was, whether the rose-colored glasses get shattered or something happens that life just happens, like whatever it is. Um, but one of one of the things that I've recently become more and more aware of, because it's always been the foreign bubble has always been kind of this innocuous thing that's existed, and for a long time I was like, oh, that's cute, I wonder what they're doing over there, and it has kind of increasingly turned into this like separate Japan,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
and
Walled garden.
it's yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's it's slowly turning into a problem. And the problem is, like you were saying, is this idea of wasted potential, is that people come here but they don't know what they're doing here. They think Japan
Mm-hmm.
is one thing, but it's not. But then when the moment somebody comes along and goes, actually guys, that's not necessarily correct, here's a better way to look at it, it's just, who are you, what are you, like, it just turns into this really emotional reaction because
Mm.
people's egos are getting touched, and that's
Well, you're
you know
shattering dreams, really, right?
yeah. Well, and but that's the potential, is it's not necessarily shatter, it's sure it's shattering what they thought that
Or
dream
shattering
was.
fantasies, I should say.
Exactly. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, no, get rid of the fantasy. The fantasy is diluted. But your dreams, your potential, that thing that you came here to, you wanted to do, and that's what brought you to Japan, that's it's so possible. This whole like, well, the Japanese are never going to want to be around foreigners, or the Japanese companies will never do business with a foreign company. Like you're always going to be on that edge.
Never say never. Yeah. Yeah.
But when you understand what things mean from a cultural aspect, and that the majority of Japanese is what's not said. Like,
Mm.
do you know what somebody not saying something in that context means? Can you read the undertones? You know, can you read the kooky? Because that's, gets thrown out a
Mm.
lot, but it's just kind of like, but can you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
think if more foreigners learned that it's not only possible to acclimate to Japan,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's also possible to learn how to speak, you know, living Japanese, let's call it. Not the weird textbook, like, oh,
Yeah.
I know exactly where,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But to be able to interface with other people, um,
Mm.
I think it would allow for so much wisdom and insight to come into the country naturally, and have a more real discussion, a more transparent and honest discussion with Japanese, instead of them just going, "Oh, that's nice, that's interesting."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
Yeah. So actually, that brings up two things that I guess we can delve into too. So like, okay, so big picture, like once the fantasy is gone, like what are you suggesting people to like to help them integrate or help them face the real reality of things? Uh, so Oh, and then the second point too is like, how do you actually read the air? Like, what's a tactical point for that one?
Mm,
Uh, but anyway, yeah,
what?
you pick and choose.
Yeah, no, I'll answer the first or the second because that's going to help kind of guide the first question. So the learning how to read the room is not as difficult or as alien as a lot of people try to make it. It's also not.
It's not psychic powers.
Yeah, it's just like some SP, like
Yeah,
PK
yeah.
nanchara. It's not that. It's really just learning how to pay attention. But when you start paying attention, you understand very quickly that foreigners and Japanese, and when I say foreigners, I normally, just to clarify, I'm American. That's when I say foreigner, that's kind of where I'm leading from. I know that's not.
That's why I say non-Japanese. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
so okay, then I'll use it. So non-Japanese, you'll see that Japanese and non-Japanese pay attention to two very different things.
Hmm.
Um, and so growing up between America and Japan, I began noticing that it's on the same kind of line, the same kind of vibrational spectrum, but it's completely polar opposite. Linguistically, cognitively, societally,
Mm-hmm.
individualism versus collectivism, like it's all like you can almost reverse engineer the other side just by doing the exact opposite of what you would normally do.
It's funny because even just the addresses are polar opposites, right? Like the way
Yeah,
you write the address in Japanese and the right where you write your American address is actually it's actually literally just flipped over.
dude, the rabbit
Yeah.
hole goes deep. It's
Yeah,
gnarly.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
when you understand what people are paying attention to,
Hmm.
then it starts to make more sense. But learning what to pay attention to is just a trial and error, and so that's why I said before. I made a post a day or two ago where it was just like, guys, go be a fool. Like, well, I didn't say go be a fool. I said don't be afraid to look stupid, but like just go be a foreigner. It's a rite of passage if you want to think of it that way. But
Hmm.
the Japanese, as long as you're not just being, for lack of a better word, an ass, there's a lot of grace here. People are very kind, very very understanding, and if you ask questions like, "Hey, I don't understand. What does this mean?" People will tell you.
Yeah.
The thing, but on that note, because this is something that I ran into for a long time when I was younger, was just like, oh, well, so and so said this, and so that must mean for every Japanese. When you get
Mm.
somebody's personal opinion, understand that it is still very much a personal opinion. Trust but verify
Yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah.
maybe there might be some wiggle room. And as you start reverse engineering and working your way back to yourself, you start to realize that Japan's not this rigid
Hmm.
society. I
That
well,
the way
rigid
that the internet
culture.
makes it out to be, right?
Yeah,
And
and I
mhm.
mean the big thing that a lot of, and I think this answers it quite nicely, is that right now the problem that Japan is facing is that Japanese society is usurping Japanese culture, and when I
Ooh,
say that to
unpack that.
Japanese people, they're just like, holy shit. It just it
Hmm.
clicks like they like, uh, if you know, you know. But a
Mm-hmm.
problem for foreigners is they don't know the difference. They don't know what is a societal rule versus a cultural kind of norm. um, and so for people who are living in Japan, it's going to take time, but that time is going to be spent anyway. So if you spend that time trying to make your own estimations, making mistakes, fail fast, fail hard, fail quickly. Like,
Embrace mistakes. Hell
exactly.
yeah.
Those will teach you. Um, and go make friends. Don't go make,
Yes.
don't
Yes.
like,
Yes. 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 Mm.
go, go go to a community center, pick up a sport, pick up a hobby, pick up a something. Like, do not hang out with people who only want to hang out with you because you speak English. That doesn't go well.
Those
And
language exchange, yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
and on the flip side, don't be that person that only wants to hang out with Japanese because you want them to teach you Japanese. Like
Oh,
it's
good point. Fair
it
point.
goes
Yeah.
both ways. And
Mm-hmm,
so, but if you go and you're like, I wanna learn guitar, I wanna learn volleyball, I want to learn, like shuji, shodo. I want to learn, sado. I want to learn like a Japanese kind of tradition. Um, Whatever. Find a
mm-hmm,
third place where it's not the language that is the focus, but is the skill focus. Make friends. That way,
mm-hmm.
when you do something stupid, you have a friend who's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
do less."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People are people.
100%.
I
People are
hope that
people.
answers
Yeah.
the question, but
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
what I would say.
So like, just yeah, going back then, it's like, so once the rose-colored glasses come off, then the best way into, I guess, facing reality is through friendship, through community, through meeting local people, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I
dude,
like that.
community 100%.
Hmm. So like, so do you have examples of that, like from when you came, like when you messed up bad, or when you when you had to learn on the fly, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so when I was 19, 20,
Mm.
I mean even before then, I have one friend. Yeah, we've known each other for shit 20 something years. Anyway,
Time
but
flies.
yeah, man, it's crazy. But when I was like 19, 20, I had a bunch of friends. We'd go do like Rojo Raibu out, like busking, I think it's called. Like just playing. We go out in front of the train
Playing music.
station.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Mm. Oh,
Back before they cracked down on that, and they're just like, do you have a permit to do that? And all that bullshit. But we
that
go
was in
out.
Japan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
Oh wow.
so I lived
Mm.
down in Shonan area in Yokosuka.
Mm.
I used to work at the Navy hospital, and
Oh
every
wow. Okay.
Wednesday, me and my buddies would
Mm.
get together, and we would just drink out in front of the station, play music, and it
Awesome.
was it was good. Um,
So
but
just to clarify, friends are Japanese, friends are American, friends are
Japanese,
okay. Okay. Awesome.
Japanese
Mm.
friends, and so
Mm.
um, but I was hanging out to play music,
Mm.
and they were hanging out. Some of them were hanging out to play music. The others were hanging out, or kind of letting me hang out, because I wasn't a good musician. It was bad. But because I speak English, and we would do a whole bunch of different English songs, and so
uh,
um, once once that reality kind of hit, and I realized that I needed to be a little bit more aware, a little bit more studious about the people that I hung out with,
mm.
I started I started kind of focusing on those traits of just kind of like, oh, well, you speak English? Oh, can you teach me English? I was like, yeah, well, ichiman for an hour. Like, you want it? All right, cool. Like, um, but then I started when I started kind of looking in that way and kind of going on the fly, like you were saying, I started to meet more kind of like in between people, more
Mm.
people who speak Japanglish, who could code switch, who like I'm not Japanese, but I grew up around the culture, so like there's all of these things that I like to talk about that I feel more comfortable talking about, and to have people who could immediately just be like, ah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It just hit, it hit closer to home, and it really just came like long story short, like learning on the fly and doing all of that stuff. Um, just be authentic. Just be
Ah,
yourself. You
ah.
will, and I know it's so trite and overused, and everybody's just like, you just gotta be yourself and you're authentic you. It's like, throw that bullshit away. be you. Like,
Yes, yes, yes,
lean into
yes.
intuition.
Hmm?
You will, you miracles will happen, and you will find the people that you're meant to find. Like, I came back to Japan. I think it's been 4 or 5 years now, um, and I wasn't really excited to come back. Um,
Oh, really? Huh.
I like, yeah, I had some personal stuff that popped off, and I was like, you know what, I told my wife, I was like, you know what, yeah, we can move back to Japan. I don't like that part's fine. I'm going to be wildly American, and I need you to know that I don't care anymore. Um,
Wow.
and man, she took it like a champ. Um, but
Oh, you're still here.
yeah, right. I'm not dead in a ditch somewhere. So,
Yeah.
but I started doing jujitsu,
Hmm.
and it was the first real interaction with a third place where it was just foreigners and Japanese coming together. Nobody could talk to each other linguistically, but that's not what we were there to do.
There are many
And
other ways to communicate.
oh,
Mhm.
dude, and on it, a UFO could have landed before I would have ever, ever admitted a place like that existed if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it happened because I was just like, nope, I don't care. I'm gonna do this now. Like, this is just, I'm just leaning into me for a little bit. And so
But, all right, but music. You didn't see that with music, like
I
that.
wasn't good enough in music to kind of
Okay, okay,
like,
okay. All
so
right.
I
Hmm.
went to Algaku, and we, for the culture festival, um we did we did a Chili Peppers cover band
Hey.
who's I won't say the name because it's in Japanese, but it's not good. Like, we went to Algaku is a Christian school, and I'm really surprised that they actually did not expel us for what we did. Like,
Wow.
it was me and a bunch of other Japanese guys, and it was it was good.
Wait, were you
This was
vocals? What are
Cox
you?
and
Yeah.
Socks Chili Peppers era kind of shenanigans.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
were
All right.
leaning heavily into that as the muse,
Nice.
and so that was fun. But I realized that was like, I just wasn't good enough as a musician to. I'm not even a musician. I just like to play guitar. I just like to play guitar and sing. I can go, I can go to karaoke and do that. Like, um, and so
That's my level.
yeah, and so that was just kind of the part and parcel of like, well, if you want to hang out with, you want to be around those kind of people until you get better. That's kind of where, that's what to expect. It's not good or
Okay.
bad. It just
Right. 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 Right.
was.